welcome back to Ameritrashtalk, or to Ameritrashtalk if it's your first time. I'm May.
I'm Josh.
And this is one of many, many board game battles. Board game battle! No? Okay. No to the theme song for board game battle.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm just...
So in a board game battle, we are going to debate a hot topic that's on our mind. And this week's board game battle is, which is the better Stonemaier game? Wingspan?
Or Scythe, the correct answer.
So this debate will have some rules. We each get 30 seconds for an opening statement, a 2-minute free-for-all, and a 1-minute closing statement.
Who's moderating this?
They are. They're going to vote.
That's not how...
That's not what the moderator does. Nobody's moderating it, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so this is going to be a complete crap show. Okay, got it. Fair enough.
Yes.
As long as I know.
Okay. And since it's his birthday, he's going to go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Opening statements.
Okay. So Scythe is the better of these two Stonemaier games because it's the more complete game. There's nothing wrong with Wingspan. Wingspan is a great game, but Scythe checks more boxes and is a more complete, well-rounded experience than Wingspan is. I think... You're just watching that clock, aren't you? 30 seconds is not long. I was not prepared for it to just be 30 seconds. Okay, you can have your... I think that's a concise opening statement.
Okay. Wingspan is the better of the two Stonemaier games for a lot of reasons. One reason is it's more accessible than Scythe. 2, it fits on the table better. 3, it looks prettier. 4, it's more relaxing. 5, other players don't have this huge advantage just because they play a lot on their phone. And also, it's at a lower price point.
Okay, so now we're into the 2-minute.
It's a 2-minute free for all.
Okay, so I want to respond to a couple of those things. I think the price point's a good argument. It's about $15 cheaper for the retail, but I think there are a lot of other things. Wingspan is very dependent on the cards that come out. It is something where it's a great game, but if you want a game where you can plan what you're going to do, a game where you can really dig in and optimize, Wingspan is not that game, because you may get a bunch of cards that can eat other cards.
No, you're right. The engine builder is not about optimization at all. I would rather play a game where the name doesn't even tell you what this game is about. Is it about death? Is it about farming? What is this?
Theme. Okay, so
what is this?
So now you're jumping over to theme.
I'm just saying.
In a game where for some reason I put a bird in my aviary and all of the other birds lay eggs. How is that thematic?
I'm saying that at least the title matches the theme. This doesn't even match.
No,
and
the title should be
also,
bird.
when you're trying to bring new people into the hobby, I may not even have a table that can fit this game.
Okay, let's be honest. You're not bringing new people into the hobby with either of these games.
This one comes with a way to bring new players into the game, turn by turn. Not this one, not the war game with no war.
And everyone we know, the threat of war is more important than the actual war. What, you want bloodshed? Is that what it is? You're upset that people don't die? That this actually handles violence in an adult manner where you don't want to have battles?
This is relaxing. This is stressful for people. You put that out on the table, everybody's like, that's too much. You put this out and people are like, oh, I'm curious. Also, those look like Cadbury eggs and I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, no, the Cadbury eggs are much better than the great personalized and different miniatures for each faction. That doesn't draw people to the table. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
No. Beautiful bird cards.
The art's great, but that's subjective.
No cheating. See, he's a cheater. He's a dirty, dirty cheater. Dirty, dirty cheater. Okay, so now we have 1 minute to make a closing statement for which one is the better Stonemaier game. Would you like to take your minute first, since you went first?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, go ahead.
It's up to you. Okay, so here's why, concisely down the list. if you want asymmetry, if you want something where what you're doing is not the same as what everyone at the table is doing, because in Wingspan, essentially everyone has the same options. In Scythe, you've got 5 different factions, 5 different player mats. They all play slightly differently, and she would say it's not accessible. I would say it is accessible, but I mean, I would say they're the same level of accessible. Let me put it that way. Neither one of these is a gateway game. Do you want something where you can actually affect your opponents, or do you want something where a runaway leader just can destroy you and you're just looking around at all the eggs that everybody else has and all the tuck cards everybody else has, and you know you're losing? And look, you can know you're losing in Scythe too, but you have more control and you can affect other people more in this game. It is less random. There's no dice. There's no, well, whichever bird cards come out. It's just a better game.
Are you sufficiently done?
Well, that was my minute. I don't want to cheat.
Okay. Alright, so if you want the better game, Wingspan is clearly the better choice. Like I said before, it's aesthetically pleasing and relaxing. When people come and see Wingspan on the table, they're like, ooh, I'm curious in playing that. Not, oh my goodness, there's a lot of things on that table. 2, about the faction thing, at least Wingspan doesn't have like some crazy faction combination that nobody can win against. That red guy and maybe production. I don't even remember because that's how bad it is. And then furthermore, it has the adorable dice tower where you get to put the dice in and you get all of the food. What else is so great about it? All kinds of things. The time to play is much shorter. You're not sitting at the table for 3 or 4 hours watching someone crush your spirit because they've played the game a million times before. Yeah, so that's how I feel. I don't even need a full minute to talk about how much better this game is than that one. So, now it's up to you to decide 2 things. 1, which is the better game? Wingspan, or Scythe?
The correct answer.
By leaving a comment down below which one you think is the better game. You can also tell us what your favorite Stonemaier game is if it's neither of these. In addition to that, can you just say who won the debate, even if it's not which one you think is the best? That's really all we care about. So, that's been us for Ameritrashtalk's board game battle number 1. Which is the better Stonemaier game, Wingspan or Scythe? Do you want to tell them to subscribe or do all those things?
Yeah, click the buttons, please. I think one of them's a bell, and I think the other one actually just says subscribe. So that's I think the bell one is the notification one.
And if you like this type of content, please give it a thumbs up.
Is it here or is it here?
Anyway.
Like where I'm at. Well, because if I'm pointing here and this is like just where the comments are, that doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like in the other corner.
This has been Ameritrashtalk. Remember to keep your games thematic. It doesn't matter if you get dramatic, and little skills are required.